Hey guys, so today I'm going to be reviewing 3 headphones. The first one is the also famous Tozo H2, which is for about $50 or 50 euros in my case. And I was looking for something that is colorful at the same time. It is not so heavy because I hate heavy headphones, and also has great music, and also I can talk whenever I take some calls. And the second one is Q30 from Soundcore, which is also about $50 to 50 euros. Again, I was looking for the similar specifics. That's lightweight, at the same time great music, fast pairing, and fast charging. And the third one is the OneOdio A70 Fusion. And this one as well, it's come out with a new lightweight body, so I thought let's check it out and see whether it works for me or not. So beginning with the Tozo H2, it comes out in this sort of a packaging, and let me show you what's inside. So they have the instruction manual here, obviously, and I called for the beige shade. I don't know what exactly the name was when I placed it, but honestly, I really love the color. And they have this pouch here as well for your cords and so on. I don't have a case with this, so I don't know how I feel about that. For $50 or 50 euros, as compared to Soundcore, they could have had a case, because when we look at Soundcore, they have this sort of a case inside. So that's pretty cool. And once we open it, I called for a really nice shade, and let's see how that looks like. Honestly, it looks super nice, but if I was to compare it with the Tozo, in the look wise particularly, we have two separate looking look and feel in the headphones. We're going to deep dive into whether this works for us or not, and which of these is going to be my pick. And the third one comes out in a very simple box from OneOdio Fusion, and the headphone looks like this. So again, in the look and feel wise, it's definitely different as opposed to the Soundcore and Tozo H2. However, it does come with a sort of a bag. I mean, it's super handy to keep your things in and then just put it in and, you know, put in your bag. So that works pretty well in case of OneOdio. We'll be beginning with Tozo. I'm going to test out how the sound is first and foremost, and then we check the weight. So let's see. I'm going to take it out here and just try it on first up, because that's my favorite thing to do. Yeah, it is super lightweight. It doesn't feel too heavy on my head. It says it is, or it proclaims that it's lightweight as well, so it does the job. And if I was to go on to weighing it on my weigh machine, which I have here, I'm going to check how much does it weigh, and it says, yeah, so it's a total of 242 to 41 grams, which I think is pretty decent for these kind of headphones. I now put it on and test how the music is like and how is the sound, also the mic quality. But before I dive into that, I'm going to test out for Soundcore the weight and whether I feel a difference there. Yeah, I don't know, I think they're about the same, but we're gonna check it on my scale and see whether there's a difference or not. So we have the Soundcore Q30 weighing at 228 grams, which is 227, so which is slightly lighter than the Tozo. So that's already a good thing, because like I said, I'm looking for something that is lightweight. And now if I was to weigh our OneOdio Fusion A70, that's a bit tricky when, okay, the Fusion A70 weighs at 202, which it makes it the lightest out of the three. It was rather unexpected, to be honest. I'm gonna try it out again just to be sure. Yeah, about 210. Yeah, so it stands as the lightest, which I find rather shocking because I was assuming with the look and feel and the build that the OneOdio would be actually the heaviest. Now I'm gonna revert back to our most important aspect is the music and the mic quality, which for me is super important because I always have calls and I just like to dive right in while I'm cooking or I'm just chilling or reading onto my call. So let's start with the Tozo. So I really like how they have the buttons here, so it's rather easy to access anything that it is, maybe picking up the calls. Also, I think they have this noise cancellation button here. So I'm gonna put these on and see how the music is like. So I'm just gonna put on the music and see. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Oh, all right, that stopped it. So while I'm far away, I can listen to what's on the headphone. However, I love how it sounds like. Honestly, I love the hit on this. I think it has a great bass, even when I haven't used the equalizer app because I have to yet figure that out. But all in all, I have to say that I really, the sound. So yeah, but I think you can hear this as well. So I don't know how the bleed is going to be like when you're on the train or just traveling, whether somebody else can listen to you or not. But I'm in a really quiet space right now, so I can listen to what's getting played here. But let me click on the noise cancellation. See. All right, it's off now. So that says pass through. I don't really see much difference in the three. Every time I'm clicking, it sounds to me the same. Yeah, I don't know if I see the difference. Now for the mic test. I think that Tozo performed pretty well. I did a test for the microphone and it did pretty well at the moment as well. I'm recording from the Tozo H2. I think the sound quality is rather crisp and clean, and it does pretty well if I just want to pick up a quick call while I'm doing something else. I think it does the job. However, I did get mixed up a little bit with the buttons here, so I ended up cancelling the call pretty often. However, for 50 euros, I would say it does a pretty good job at not only just the mic but also the music. Again, I haven't come onto the equalizer and the app because I have to still figure that out. So, but everything else, I would say it does pretty well. I do feel that the head is much larger for my head. So even though like they have this thing to extend, yeah, I don't quite need it because I have a really tiny head. So for me, even this much is where it comes up till here. and it covers my ear completely. I don't feel like it's weighing down on me. Like sometimes the earphones, they just make you feel like you're like getting engulfed in them, but with this, that's not the case. I feel like it can stay on my head and it's not going to cause a problem. However, I'm not going to be able to sit with it for hours, like that's for sure, because after all, it's still a headphone that we got on our head, and I'm not the person who can sit with it for like 9-10 hours. Maybe an hour or two, it's fine, but after that I need some breathing space, and for that I can't sit with it. But it's pretty comfortable for the ones that have a bigger head than I do. And overall I would rate it pretty good for the amount that they're offering. In terms of the build quality, I have to say that it just does what it's supposed to do, and I'm pretty happy with this, to be honest. It has this nice matte look and feel. So, and this cushion here as well, and this as well. So you see it's kind of like plasticky, and with the cushion here, it's also pretty soft, so it doesn't hurt the ear. So yeah, all in all, it's pretty good, and I would recommend this absolutely. So moving on to our next headphone, that's the Soundcore Q30 headphone. We're gonna test out the mic for that as well, and we're gonna see how that works out, and we're gonna see what else is fine with it. So we have this kind of a look and feel, and where it's similar, like it's got a bit of a like sheen here, if you see, and obviously it's plasticky here but with a little bit of sheen, and the cushion is also nice and spongy. On the inside there could have been another layer, but there isn't. I would say I can feel the aspect on the inside, but it's a little bit more lightweight, so it sits on your head pretty comfortably, and it also fits my head. So for my head size, it works pretty well. For somebody with a bigger head, perhaps you need to, you know, pull these things here, which is also in the similar color. I didn't realize that. Yeah, the metal also is in a similar color. Again, I'm on the audio with the headphones, so you're gonna have to figure out whether you like the Tozo or this. It's up to you. But all in all, I think that this one is pretty cool, also with the touch function that it has on this side. You can, you know, noise cancel or change the various modes, so that's also pretty cool. Also for the same amount, I bought them for both 50 euros, which is a decent amount, I believe, for an action-packed aspect in the headphones. And yeah, so I would totally recommend it. I also forgot to mention there are these things in the box. The box is super handy. And you have these cords, which is on the inside. Also this, the charging. However, I have to say that I feel like it's slightly muffled, the audio, and it could have been better. I made a couple of calls to my family, and Tozo is somehow so sharp that it almost like pierces through your head, like when you're speaking through it, as whereas this one is almost muffled, so it's not super clear like at the Tozo. So I don't know, for me personally, it's important to have music, mic, everything going on in the headphone at the same time. I can go to the gym, I can do everything with it. It's my go-to thing to put on. In terms of weight, I definitely prefer this one. And if there are any more questions I can answer, do let me know in the comments below. I'm going to talk about our last headphone now, that is the OneOdio. And as far as the OneOdio is concerned, as we all know, that it's strangely the lightest, and it does feel like that, honestly, but I'm more fond of the look and feel of the others. When it comes to the build quality, as you see, it's a bit more sheen here. The padding is very nicely done, and there's a double layer, so I don't exactly touch the thing on the inside, so there's a double layer in the cushion inside. This is also really nice, and it's got a fabric. This is again plasticky, which is what is the only thing that I'm not so fond of, but if as well, audio quality on this is also pretty good. I tried it out and I felt like it's on par with the others, even though this only cost me 35 euros and it's a bang for the buck. I mean, it's lesser than $50 and 50 euros. So yeah, you should totally get this one if you are on a lower budget and you just want to put on the headphones, go to the gym, take calls, listen to music, and it does the job pretty well. I have to say that I'm yet to decide which one is my favorite, so that's going to be your decision to make. As far as the color goes, I would say the Tozo is my favorite because it's got this like really nice matte beige. In terms of the weight, obviously the OneOdio wins, but this is also not so far. Okay, yeah, it's also not so far away. If there's anything that I can answer in the comments, just put down whatever it is that you want to ask and I shall answer you, and see you another time with another video that I make for how my experience has been perhaps in a couple of months, and then we shall take it from there. Thank you for watching and leave the comments for any questions.